Anyway, welcome everybody, welcome. So down along the bottom of your screen, you will see where you can turn on your video if it's not already on, and you can unmute yourself if you'd like to. You certainly don't have to. And of course, I just want to remind everybody, if there's a lot of background noise or whatever, just go ahead and mute yourself, because it does tend to detract from whatever the discussion is. And then also at the bottom, if you see where it says chat, if you click on that, you'll see the chat come up. On mine, it's on the right of the screen. I think maybe it's on the right of the screen for everybody. And if you want to you can pop in where you're from. We love seeing, we see that people are from Manhattan, Brookline, Massachusetts, New Jersey. We've seen people come from all over the world, from all over the country. Ooh, someone from Texas is here. It's welcome. It's so great to see you all. And people are still coming in. And we just want to let you know, if we end up with any technical difficulties and we have to shut down the Zoom for whatever reason, within just a few minutes, and you might need to give us a couple minutes, if you just go to the website, artpartycentral.org, we will post an updated link so you can rejoin. But we will also send an email out to you with a new link. So if we do have to shut it down, don't worry, we're still partying. We'll just come back on. And I think now that I've gone over a couple of things, why don't we say a little cheers? It's Tuesday night and we're so happy that everybody's here. If you want to unmute yourself and cheers, if you have any kind of beverage, please. Water's good too. Welcome everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers everyone.
Woo! Happy December 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And happy Giving Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
You want more wine?
Yeah.
So now at this point, we are actually going to, I just spent all that time telling you guys to unmute yourselves. At this point, we are going to mute everyone, but don't feel offended. It's just Zoom protocol. And okay, so it's just so that we can get through everything as smoothly as possible. Look at Megan, who's cracking up.
I'm sorry, I had to do it, but in a weird moment.
Okay, so anyway, for anyone who doesn't know me, I am Sam of Swan&Stone Millinery. My partner Nora and I make hats up here in Vermont. Handmade hats, headpieces, fascinators, and actually masks and fascinator masks. So you can find us online at swanandstone.com or on social media at Swan&Stone. And I want to shout out to my incredibly fabulous co-host, Megan Patrice Riley of NPR Jewelry, who is doing a wonderful behind the scenes job. And she is going to be doing all the technical stuff for us. So let me just tell you a little bit about how tonight is going to shake out. The way we do these art parties is we're going to hear from each of the 7 incredible artists that are presenting tonight. And they'll have a chance to tell you a little bit about their work, their inspiration. Sometimes actually, it might even be things that aren't out on their website yet. So we're getting some sneak peeks, which is kind of exciting. And then at the very end, after we've heard from each of the 7 artists, we are going to draw 7 winners of 7 $50 gift certificates. So there's going to be a winner for a gift certificate from each of the different 7 artists. So let me tell you who is going to be on tonight. So the lineup tonight is, we are starting out with Karla Gudeon from Karla Gudeon Art and Design, and she's also one of the co-creators of Art Party Central. So yay, Karla. After Karla is Danielle Merzatta from Merzatta. And then we'll hear from Jillian from Serve Kindness, and Alex Lozier from Alex Lozier Jewelry, and then Lara Slyke from Lara B Designs, and Amy Kanarek from Amy Kanarek Designs, and then finally another art party co-creator, Kathleen Tesnakis of Ekologic. So that's the lineup today, and I'm not going to delay us any longer. So let's go to Karla Gudeon. Take it away.
Thanks so much, Sam. Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here. I just checked that I'm not muted and didn't say that to nobody. I'm Karla of Karla Gudeon Art and Design. I design artwork for the home, artwork for gifts, and gifts to give people that are things other than artwork. But I came to doing my artwork full time the long way around, from art school to completely taking another path and becoming an elementary school teacher for many years, not of art. And after reaching my endpoint of kids, I decided it was time to go back to my original love. But my skills were in watercolor, and I didn't think that that would be a way I could earn a living, one painting, one design at a time. So I went back to the workshops at Parsons that they generously let me use, and learned how to do engraving and printmaking. So all my work that's sold for the most part is hand colored etching. And what that means is each of my pieces starts off with a metal plate. I'm going to put it up close here so we could see, where the lines are carved into the plate. So unlike printmaking where you roll and stamp down, mine's the reverse. I have to put ink in the lines and the ink has to rise up onto the paper. And once it goes through my printing press, I end up with the print on the beautiful handmade paper. And the print is just a black line. And that's what I offer multiples of and what people can order. But each one comes as an original watercolor. So no two paintings ever end up precisely the same. Or if I'm doing something figurative, I can change the hair color, the eye color, the skin tone. But I'm going to focus on the one and the big piece behind me, because trees of life are super important to me today. And I think this time of year, this season, it's a really good thing to talk about, which is trees and seasons. And all of my trees, to me, there's liturgy in a beautiful poem, which is, it is a tree of life to all who hold fast to it, and all who hold fast to it are happy. And I've always loved that poem, and I love the concept of clinging to something and finding your joy. But for me, I also see a metaphor in my trees of life. And for me, all my trees mean to me that we're rooted and then we branch out at some point and reach for the stars. But all my trees, whether they're big or small, have these twisty trunks, which to me signify life's twists and turns, of which there are many, as we're all experiencing 2020 as a collective group of a huge freaking twist and turn. Another piece that I do that features these trees in the metaphor, and I'm klutz, are seasons pieces. So this is my A Time for Every Season. And it also has the same metaphor of the roots and the twisty bark and the branches, but there's an additional little lyrical story in here of birds, which is in my winter panel, there's no birds. In my spring panel, there's 3 baby birds. In my summer panel, they're all grown up. And in the fall, the last one flies away for the winter. So again, it has that life cycle vibe. And I do that with my seasons pieces, no matter what format. I have the small format, both horizontal and vertical. I translate that to a beautiful set of coasters. So this is a great holiday gift box of all 4 seasons. And the coasters are made out of marble. And they have a great thickness to them. They have corks so they won't scratch a surface. They have these cool, natural, rough edges. And the same little story with the birds are in my coaster sets. And then I even go bigger with the seasons. And I'm going to get up and you're going to see how short I am. I'm actually sitting on 3 stools piled up to give me the height you just saw. And this is my medium size of my 4 seasons piece. Can we see that? I'm thinking we can.
Yes, we can.
Season has a thing around the season, and it has these cute little corner details in my medium size. And then my larger scale version is over 5 feet long, and that is what I'm going to call a room maker. Same with this big tree of life here, which is, I like the idea of these signature pieces, these premier pieces that give you a sense of joy when you walk into a room, that you're not just going to match it to your furniture, that it's something that with the jewel tones are going to stand out and bring you warmth and happiness. I work a lot with the jewel tones of East Indian folk art and Moroccan art and Persian miniatures and rugs and textiles and things that have a lot of pattern on pattern. And that's my influence that way.
You can really see how that comes out in your work with just all the pieces that are around you. As you're talking, where our eyes can sort of go throughout the wall and say, yeah, I can see that. I can really see that.
You know, and it's funny how the different influences come into play. Like
Mhm.
a few years ago, Kehinde Wiley did this amazing portrait of Obama, and it was like a portrait on top of this big brocade background. And I was like, ooh, pattern on pattern. It just made my heart go thump.
That's wonderful. So we have a couple questions that have come in. Can you tell us, so one person wrote in, I have a friend going through a hard time. Do you have anything specific that you would recommend?
I do. When I'm creating work, occasionally I create work just because I feel like it. A thought comes to me. It might be funny, it might be sweet, and I create it. And other times I've learned that if I create something I need in my life, something that will fuel me, that will help me if I'm going through a hard time, that it will resonate with other people for their own reasons. And then sometimes I literally sit back and think about the people who have supported me, my customers, the people I get to know that purchase from me. And I think, what do they need right now? And that's how the ideas come to me. So I like doing a lot of my little ones with that in mind. In particular, I have this one. I'm going to just look in, give me a sec. I have this one called Hope that I think is super beautiful. It has that colorful medallion, again, pattern on pattern in the background. But to me, it kind of glows and has that essence of hope. Another one super personal to me is this: when one door closes, another door opens. I went through a divorce after a long marriage a few years ago, so did this for myself. But I find other people need it for various reasons, sometimes sad, sometimes great losses, but also sometimes joyful, sometimes a change of career, sometimes a retirement, sometimes a move. So I found that all these things that I wasn't necessarily thinking of when I created this for my own life change, it resonated with other people for that reason. Another thing I do is a lot of hamsas, which is a cross-cultural symbol of protection. And my favorite thing about this is the meaning of protection, and that it figures in various religions and cultures around the world. I don't think you necessarily have to believe in it so much as the acceptance of the concept is quite beautiful. And then for friends that need each other, I've got my You're Never Alone, and I have my 2 and my 3 girl setups. And there's one last one, and I might have talked my way through more questions, but that's okay. And I have Inner Peace, because we all freaking need some inner peace.
We all do. I think that's true. Well, yeah, we will have time at the very end to have a little more chat and some more questions. So thanks so much, Karla. That was wonderful.
Oh, it's so nice.
It always makes me so happy to see all of your work. Thank you. So next we have Danielle Merzatta. Danielle. So just remember to unmute yourself, Danielle. Awesome.
That's great. Hi. Sorry, guys. My name's Danielle Merzatta. My husband and I work together, and we have a jewelry line that's based on different found organic objects. So we begin by collecting different natural materials. This started accidentally. We were living in this very cool architecture job in the Caribbean, working in a building project, and came home with all these cool things when we lost our jobs, and unemployment gave the time to work on some other bits. And we cast a piece of sea fan coral in sterling, and that was the beginning of looking at natural forms in a way that could outlast their origins. This piece, for example, is made with morel mushrooms. So this is an example of taking small pieces of a natural material, doing an organic burnout, which is a way of turning that positive organic material into a new positive. So rather than, like, sometimes people think we press the organic thing into metal, but it's actually a copy of its original piece. And so this is made of lots of little mushrooms that are all built together. And part of when you look at our line, you see like a little stud earring or a really complicated necklace, and we're able to build more complicated forms out of some different units. So this piece here, this is called a sweet gum fruit. And we use this form a lot in our work. It's one of our biggest collections. And if you take this and you cut it up like a tomato, it becomes a form like this. How's my focus? Can you see that? And then casting is a process that lets us sort of exploit the multiple, which it means that sometimes in the art world, that gets a little bit of a bad rap because it's like I'm taking something and I'm copying it again. But if you can embrace the possibility in the multiple, then you can build a series of, we've built a series of molds that allow us to make really complex patterns out of those individual units. So this, for example, is a bracelet. But singly is a really beautiful pendant. The organic things we've been working with are probably 20 different items now. So we've been working on this line for 10 years and we dive pretty deep into each piece. So maybe a mushroom or a piece of coral, or another big collection of ours is this bark from a palm tree. Here's a piece of that bark. And then we love to see how can we take that one organic thing and move it around your whole body, from a small stud earring up to a crawler, to a long dangle earring, to maybe put that in gold, to a series of rings. And how can we like really move it around and find the places where it really sings? And then once we've landed on a spot on the body where that natural material like just makes magic, that becomes a piece in our core collection. And once we've got it in the core, and that's sort of how we talk about it, like, do you think this is ready for the core? That's a piece that we like lock in and that we're committed to. It goes online in a way that we may not have this in stock. Maybe we haven't made it in a long time, but it's a piece that we believe should be made again and again. So it's like open edition. And every time anybody wants it, we want to make it for them. So it takes a little bit of pressure off of this huge breadth of that part of our collection, that like these are pieces, this portfolio of work will be here for you when you're ready for it. And I love that about it. So when you're like scrolling online, there's not so much pressure. In our one of a kinds, there is a lot of pressure, and like if you want it, you got to get it now. But in our core, like it's just pieces that we've sort of like dedicated our lives to this part of the collection, and I really love to share it in that way. Help me out with a question. I just lost my mojo.
Oh, that was amazing. I love hearing. I don't know if you realize how wonderful it is to listen to you talk about your story and the way you do your work, because it is so incredible. You can see Laura, like her mind is blown. It is so incredible. It is so incredible the way you do your work, that you may be used to it, but we are captivated, Danielle. So I do have some questions for you though, as you may have guessed. So what pieces do you love to see together? Are there certain pieces that you like to combine?
You know, one of my collectors hopped on a little while ago and she's got so many pieces. I almost want to like hand over the mic, but that's kind of rude. I think one thing I love that people don't ever do, but that I wish they could get into, is layer chains. And so that's something that I might like begin to work on a little bit. So this is a pine cone chain. I think it's better if I take it off, but so this chain is made of individual units of a particular pine cone. And this is made of a particular cedar. And every piece of this chain is a 3-part hinge, and it's very cool and sort of technically impressive. But if you layer those things together, they begin to frame each other in a way that is generally like not, you know, when you put a necklace on, you're like, I'm wearing a necklace, like why would I wear another necklace? But if you think of a centerpiece and then a frame for that piece, that can be like a really great way to build out how you're styling and getting dressed and really enjoying the work, and then playing with it. That collectors like collect, right? If you're going to go to an art show, like you might go to another one. Maybe you've got 2 necklaces, but maybe you could put them together, and that can be kind of fun. So I guess it's something I don't think of all that much, but
those are amazing. I wouldn't have even thought of putting those 2 together. And you're right, the way you say that they frame each other, they actually really do lay next to each other in a really
one of my most popular pieces is a diamond slice necklace. So we take these like thin slabs of diamond. They're all set the same way. We couldn't make it more simple in terms of like the end result. They're actually extremely complicated to make, but they are the piece that and I'm sold out of them, but when they launch, they go really fast. So you guys should watch us on Instagram if you are interested. But they kind of sit right here as a very small thing. And that's like the beginning of like building out your look on other pieces. It can be.
That's amazing.
Kind of nice.
So the next question must come from someone who's really in the know, because the question is, apparently, I guess you're nearing your 10-year mark. And so
tomorrow.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It might be Thursday.
Congratulations.
My husband and I don't actually remember the date of the first time we ever showed our jewelry publicly, but it could
But
in
it's
fact.
somewhere around 10 years ago.
It might be today. Maybe. We're wrong.
So 10 years in, what's one takeaway you want to share about coming up on that milestone?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this concept earlier. And one thing that I was thinking about in the break between the two shows is that Chris and I used to really feel very committed to competing for awards at art fairs. And so when you do an art fair, like you might have a sales goal or you might not have a goal, but you like want to make sales and that's part of it. But there's this other piece that happens on the art fair circuit that the public doesn't always know about, that there are a lot of awards given out. And so if you're shooting for the sale, you make one style of work. And if you're shooting to like, what is amazing that I can do? We found that there was this period of time where we tried to compete, like we were trying to win against each other. Like this is mine and this is his, and like what piece was like the winning thing. And then we sort of had this chapter where we won a lot of awards and it's really great. And then we started to win no awards and we were like done with awards. We had probably a lot of people have this. They have this like period where everybody likes them and nobody likes you anymore. And like in the dip of judges not caring about us, that's when we realized that it wasn't about sales, it wasn't awards, it was these collectors that had begun to like dive deep into what the work really meant, what it meant to have it on the body, how it interacted with their lives. And those relationships and the learning about our own work through the eyes of the people that interact with it, frankly, much more than we do, has been like the thing that it took me so long to watch. It took me years to even see like, oh my gosh, all along, the answers have been right in front of me.
I love that. So you got a bunch of questions came in the chat and we're actually just out of time. But I just want you really quickly, please just show us a few pieces because one person did say, can you show us some rings, show us some earrings?
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. Did I totally not?
No, it's totally fine. You're amazing. But if you want to really quickly just show us some things so we can see.
Oh my God, I think that's called an art party fail. Don't show your
No,
work.
it is. No, absolutely not. Look at that. That's amazing. So everybody try to stay around until the end because that is a really great time when we can very informally, you can just shout out your questions and you can, ask Danielle whatever you want, I guess to a certain extent. So, okay. Thank you so much, Danielle.
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye. So we're going to go over to Jillian now.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jillian Darling, and I founded Serve Kindness with a really good friend of mine, Melissa, and we celebrated our 3-year anniversary last week. And we love art and design, and we finally got to a point in our lives where we could really do something that was really meaningful to us and we thought would be really meaningful to other people. So we really formed Serve Kindness as an intersection between art, beauty, giving back, and really serving your friends and family, right? So a key part of our business is that we donate at the very least 10% of every purchase to a charitable organization. And in fact, this week for 6 days in honor of Giving Tuesday, that's going to be 20% of each sale. So we really believe in gifts that can give back. But at the root of all this is really design. And we wanted to design something that was modern and vibrant and useful and just glorious to hold and to share and to serve your family in. So all of our bowls are hand blown glass. They have between 3 and 5 different layers of glass. This size right here is our large. I don't know if you can see that. I can't really see myself. Am I spotlit? Yeah, maybe, no?
You are spotlit and we can see that really well. It's beautiful.
Okay, great. So this holds about 12 cups. It's great for a fruit bowl or for a salad. This medium size is, I used to say that this is my Bedford Farms ice cream bowl, but I've been getting frowns because it holds about 7 cups. And I happen to know a really good friend of mine's on the call that's also, I do strength and conditioning with. So I don't think she wants to know that this is my ice cream bowl, but it's a great side dish bowl. This is really the ice cream bowl, which is a small. It's probably our most popular size. And one of the great things about our 3 sizes is they really nest. So whether you want to give them as like a wedding gift, or one of our customers, one of our collectors, Elizabeth, loves to give this set of blue for weddings. But one of the best things that we do when we're at art shows really is work with our customers and really mix and match. We have over 22 different colors. So while maybe this very vibrant may not be your set, but we have plenty of ideas for you. We're in the holidays and we're in the winter. So often our jewel tones in emerald and ruby and aquamarine can be quite popular. And this is a tray that we also sell, which makes it great for like taco night or Mediterranean night, really easy to take to your things. So these are great serving dishes. They are hand wash, but they're really smooth and easy to hand wash. All of our bowls, we started out really was with a vibrant white background and really brilliant and a colorful center. We have experimented this year. And so we have a couple of two tones. This is one that is cobalt on the outside and a turquoise on the inside. And we have the reverse. So sometimes they're really fun to put in a tray. I also have that same multicolor in a turquoise on the outside and a lavender on the inside. You put them together and you get your salsa and guacamole. And that sort of thing. Now, there was a little hint of some things to come, and we have started experimenting with a new style, and these are, over here are stripes. They're not on our website yet, and I don't think you can see them that well, but they're a clear glass, and they have kind of a watercolor painterly stripe in two different colors. And we're excited because we finally got our little stamp to work. I don't know if you can see it. But stamping hot glass is not the easiest thing in the world to do. So one of the big things about us, we partner with 10 different charities, and some of them are national, some of them are local, but they were all really grassroots. And when people buy from us, they can select the charity where they want the portion of the sale to go to. It's in like the drop down of our checkout. And when we ship it out, we always include a card, I don't know if you can see that, that says the name of the charity that the customer chose. And we usually always have a little brochure or something about that charity. So we're all about also building awareness and ultimately about serving kindness and promoting kindness more so in the world. So there you go.
So wonderful. I always love hearing your story, and that you two best friends just started working together, and I just think that's so wonderful. Can you, of course, I have questions for you. I'm sure you guessed. Can you tell us a little bit more about where the bowls are made and how they're made?
Sure. So we're based in Waltham, Massachusetts, and they are actually blown in Essex, Mass, which is up on the North Shore. And we partnered with the head of the glass department at Massachusetts College of Art. And one of the things that really makes us happy is that we employ recent alums of Mass College of Art to actually blow the glass for these bowls. So a small one takes about 2 people to make. The larger sizes take a team of 4. So at any given time, we have a team of 6 people in the hot shop blowing these. And, you know, I've tried glass blowing. You really need to be doing it for a long time. And then coming into this as your second career, you know, like I think is a common theme. It's just wonderful to be able to design and then sort of offer those jobs to some of these artists coming right out of school.
That's so great. Now, also, since you gave us a little bit of a teaser, if someone just fell in love with these bowls with the little color stripe on them, but they're not on their website, how are they going to get their hands on them?
Well, the best thing to do is email me or call me, and we can FaceTime, and I can show you more close up what they are, and I can answer all your questions and all that good stuff. So normally we like to show these off at art shows, but we don't get that opportunity. But this is a great way to do it.
Okay, perfect. So they could do that also if they wanted to just consult with you of,
oh yeah,
you know, stacking the bowls and choosing the colors and all of that.
Yeah, it's one of the funnest things we do. It's just sort of, we mix and match all the colors, you know, we can do it FaceTime, or I can send you photos, you know, because there's only so many combinations you can put on the website, you know. But we have we have 22 colors and 3 sizes. So endless combinations.
That's wonderful. Thank goodness if we have to be stuck in a pandemic, we're in it at a time when we have all this technology and we can still reach our people, right? Our tribe. Well, thank you so much, Jillian. And thank you for all the incredible work that you do. Someone commented on here, thank you for employing artists. Let's not forget that is kind of a wonderful thing.
When we wanted to do this, we really tried to serve kindness to as many people as possible. And over the past 3 years, we've been able to donate over $22,000 to these charitable organizations. So
that's incredible.
Takes a team, takes a village, right?
Yeah, that's right. Takes a couple of ladies.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jillian. We're now going to go over to Alex Lozier. Hi, Alex. You're still muted. There you go.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Alex Lozier. For those of you that don't know me, I am a jewelry artist and a spiritual alchemist. I create magical talismans that help you to deepen your connection to Mother Earth and reveal the beauty of spirit for your ultimate empowerment. So I work with a lot of crystals, bones, insects, mineral specimens, wood, and all kinds of organic found objects. And a big part of that is because I love spending time out in nature because I have a sacred relationship with the land. And I'm also deeply interested in the healing and magical arts. So I'm also a Reiki practitioner. This year, I've actually started charging all of my jewelry with Reiki before I send it out to my customers, just for a little bit of extra oomph, and just to help spread a little bit of love and joy in the world. But I really do believe in the healing power of gemstones, and that for me is really a lot of the driving force in my work. So to me, working with gemstones, not only do the stones have their own magical healing properties, but it's also a really great way for me to play with colors and textures. I'm formally trained as a silversmith, so a lot of these larger chains that you're seeing, they're all forged by hand. So all of this metal is oxidized sterling silver. And I get a lot of my inspiration from nature, from magic. And also this year in particular, since we haven't been doing trade shows, I've been doing these seasonal collections that have this sort of like goddess theme. So in the summer, I did a mermaid collection. My last collection was called The Season of the Witch for Halloween. And so it's all about telling a story through gemstones. So my last collection, The Season of the Witch, it used a lot of labradorite. I'm trying to see if I can get that blue flash to show for you guys, as well as amethyst crystals. And it was all about a love affair with the moon and using these deep blues and purple gemstones to really tell a story that really helps to deepen your intuition. Trying to see if I can get some of that labradorite flash to show. But yeah, and you know, obviously 2020 has been kind of a crazy year. So I think it's been really interesting to see that a lot of people are turning to crystals and gemstones as a way to adorn themselves with meaning and look for specific ways to enhance their life and just feel a sense of being connected to something that's bigger than themselves.
So Alex, And you can tell me, not to interrupt if you want, but there are a bunch of questions coming in that I think are really good questions. Do you mind if
Yeah,
I
I'd
just
love,
ask you?
I'd love to hear them.
So one person has asked to see the earring board. If you could bring that up and show it a little bit. I just didn't want to wait till the end when we didn't have time to. That is amazing. Look at all those pieces.
Try to move them around so that they're not in the glare.
And someone did ask to see the labradorite talisman, which I think that I imagine that is the very necklace that you showed.
Oh, yeah, blue flash.
Yes, yeah, that's incredible. And is that on your website?
It is.
Excellent.
It's under necklaces.
Okay. And then this is my personal favorite question so far. Do you have any pieces with the skeletons of cats or anything else?
I have made a piece in the past that had a cat skull that was for a client. I don't have any cats right now, but I do have some other bone pieces here. So this is actually, it's called the Ouroboros. And Sam, I know that you're also a ball python mom, so you'll appreciate this. But this is, it's the ancient alchemist symbol of infinity of the snake eating its own tail. So this is a real rattlesnake head that actually was gifted to me by a Native American friend of mine. And these are the vertebrae of the snake. And so I actually created like this little metal frame inside of the snake's head and then strung all of these vertebrae. And it just has a little magnetic clasp. And snakes are a really powerful symbol of healing, transformation, shedding, as well as sexuality. So they really have a deep meaning. So that obviously is one of my spirit animals, as I also do have a pet snake. But then I also have this piece here that this is like a high priestess necklace with rubies and amethysts. So this is kind of more of like a big one-of-a-kind statement, like ceremonial piece. Obviously not really an everyday piece, but this has a raccoon skull that another friend had gifted to me. And raccoon medicine is a lot about revealing your true self, right? Like it's a lot about the mask that you wear. And raccoons, they have these very agile little hands and thumbs. So there can definitely be a little bit mischievous. They have like a trickery energy to them. And then pairing that with these really soft lavender, these are all rubies and sapphires of the beads, as well as this here, a rhodochrosite crystal. So, you know, pairing something that seems kind of like dark and ominous with these really soft feminine tones, I think it's, you know, kind of a fun play off of each other.
That is incredible.
Thank
Now,
you.
someone else, so you clearly have some fans on here in the chat because they seem to know your work quite well. Someone else has asked just to, we have just we have half a minute basically to tell us about the necklace that you're wearing.
Oh, yes. So this was part of my Season of the Witch collection. And these are all rainbow moonstones. So they kind of have that quality of the labradorite where they have a little bit of a flash, that deep blue color. But this triangle shape is actually the alchemical symbol of water. And so water speaks to our emotions. It also speaks to our intuition. So this stone is also very connected to the astrological sign of Cancer, because obviously moonstones associated with the moon. The moon is the ruler of Cancer. So it's a lot about nurturing yourself and how you take care of yourself, but also, you know, it kind of carries the energy of smooth sailing.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing. And everyone has to visit Alex's website. She has a video on there. There's so much to look at. so much to learn. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're going to go to Lara Van Slyke next. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Lara.
Hi, wow, great show. Wow, this is fantastic. Anyway, welcome everybody. It's so good to be here. I am Lara with Lara B Designs. For those of you who don't know me, I design and create a collection of leather handbags and accessories. In all of my styles range. I have one-of-a-kind adjustable crossbody pieces, a few different styles and sizes of totes, larger hobo bags, pouches in a few different styles or sizes rather, and then also lined clutches. And before I go here, the Avery wallet for a holiday. So what I do want to start with though is the Ranny, which is can't really see, I'm spotlit, okay. It's a crossbody, little circular chic little bag, but the best part about it is that it has straps on the back for your belt. So it is an adjustable and detachable strap. So what you can do is just put it on your belt, which is about, goes to a 1.5 inch width, and you have your hands free. So my idea of a little belt bag, fanny pack, which I get a lot of requests for. And it does actually hold a good amount too. It has a good size side panel. And here's my phone so you can kind of see. Then the next style I want to share with you is the Alex, which is a unisex style. And you can wear it, it's adjustable. You can wear it either crossbody or shoulder bag for the ladies. And then for guys, you probably wear it a little higher up in the back. But what it has is a great textured front panel with a deep zipper pocket on the front, another deep zipper pocket on the back, and then an interior third zip pocket with 2 open pockets as well. So you also have top zip, keeps everything organized. And this is the navy, so it also comes in chocolate and black. And then for holiday, what I did, I created 5 different gift sets. So I want to share one of the gift sets, which is a 3-piece set. And this one is called the Organized Fashionista. It comes with a wristlet wallet, which the wristlet is detachable. Inside, you have space for your cash, cards, and then you can slip your phone in there. And the second piece is the just a little zip pouch where I have my ear pods in there and a little change. It's handy. And then very popular is the fringe keychains. So all hand cut, but something you can put on your bag or Christmas tree. Or so this again is the Organized Fashionista set. And I have 5 different sets, and this one comes in 5 colors also, 5 leathers. And then lastly, just in case you don't know what to give this holiday, we do offer gift cards. So no expiration on them, any denomination, and they come fully wrapped either in a red gift box or both sparkly or silver. So those are some options for a holiday. And I think that's my time.
So first of all, I just have to say the Organized Fashionista, that is ridiculously brilliant. That's what I want to be. I want to be an Organized Fashionista. I think I'm neither one of those things. That's so great. So if I buy your bundle, then hopefully that would help me get there, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So Need a little help. So one question that came in the chat is, I think, is it called the Alex, the bag that has the belt loops? Does that come? Oh, sorry.
Granny.
The what?
Granny.
Okay, the granny.
Yeah, R-A-N-I.
Does that come with a belt?
It does not come with the belts. It does come with the actual crossbody strap.
Right. Perfect.
And it's adjustable and detachable. So, yeah.
Great. Okay, thank you. And then do you have any larger tote bag styles?
I do. We have one that is called the Bella. So this style has 2 large front pockets and then 2 larger interior pockets and a top side-to-side closure. But, and it does hold, you know, it has about a 4-inch side panel on it, but it is one of my larger totes. This is actually a very handy bag.
Right, that's incredible. That can hold everything, but you still look good as opposed to the backpack, like the, yeah.
I mean, all of my bags are the leather is very lightweight. There's not a lot of buckles or straps to add any weight to it. So.
Right. Wonderful. So another question that came in was, are you doing anything for Giving Tuesday, which is today?
Yes, for Giving Tuesday. Actually through Friday, we're giving all of our customers 10% off plus free shipping. And in addition to that, I will donate to the ASPCA an additional 10% because it's near and dear to me and my family. But it's a great charity that is lessening homelessness and cruelty to animals. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you. Thanks so much, Lara.
Thank you.
And again, remember everyone, if you have questions that you are hoping to ask Lara at the end of all the artists, we'll have some time for that too. So stick around and thanks a lot. So next we're going to hear from Amy Kanarek.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Amy of Amy Kanarek Designs, Artisan Jewelry. And I create, oops, my necklace is twisted. Just checking my look in the mirror. I design and create beaded jewelry from tiny glass seed beads. I'm really excited about being here tonight with so many other talented artists, and excited about sharing my work with you. So I mentioned that I work with teeny tiny glass seed beads, sometimes barely bigger than a poppy seed, and a really fine needle and multi-filament thread that's super strong. And I weave these beads together into various kinds of shapes and patterns. And I'm going to show you some, oh, first, actually, I'll tell you just a little bit about my background. As I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you tonight, I remembered something that I did when I first graduated with my bachelor's degree in French. My first job was as the display coordinator for one of the original Urban Outfitters stores in West Philadelphia. And at that time, it was really preppy, and it's transformed itself quite a bit over the years. But yeah, that memory just popped into my mind, and that was actually one of my, I think, only other times working in the visual arts. But I've also been a cantor, and it was while I was a full-time cantor that I started making jewelry. So let me share some of my designs with you. This is one of my favorites. And I use this hexagon motif in a lot of my work. So this piece is done with bronze and a very deep jewel tone, sort of a turquoisey that has blue overtones. Swarovski crystal. So I start with the crystal in the center and I weave the beads around each crystal. And then as I finish each hexagon, I connect one to the other. And I'm showing it here with a pair of circular earrings, started in a similar way to the hexagon, but as it grows, I added beads in a different way so that I would end up with a circle. And the necklace that I'm wearing builds off of that circle theme. I'm going to take it up so you can see it a little better. And this piece is done in antique silver, which has been a great love for me lately. I've been passionate about this. It reminds me of Hollywood elegance. And I think we all need a little glamour and elegance in our lives. I've had enough of pajamas. So yeah, so my Art Deco inspired collection is done primarily in antique silver. And this earring was done as part of the collection as well. It's a double sphere with crystal briolette at the bottom. I think it's very graceful, and all of my earrings and even the necklaces, it looks like there's a lot going on, but they're very, very light and easy to wear. So I want to share a few more pieces from this Art Deco inspired collection. With this piece, I did squares of beads that have some texture to them. When you look at it from the side, yeah, you can see that that center crystal is built in after the initial square is beaded. And this is a two-tone, it's subtle, but it's antique silver and bright silver combined. And I'm loving that, the way they play with each other.
That piece is absolutely gorgeous. And the dimension to it really is just stunning. I think maybe we all need the organized fashionista and a little bit of Amy Kanarek elegance.
There you go. There you go.
Right about now. Amy,
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about how you got into beadwork in the first place?
Yeah, so I mentioned that I was a cantor. I was working as a full-time cantor, which means, I don't know if you're familiar, but a cantor works with a rabbi in a synagogue and leads the congregation in song and prayer, and also teaches the bar and bat mitzvah kids all their stuff, and the parents, and guides them through that process of learning. And anyway, so I was working, and I took a necklace of my mother's into a bead shop and asked them to help me put it back together. It was a broken crystal necklace that she wore when I was a kid. And when I walked into that shop, I was just blown away by the possibilities and the colors and the textures. And so I started out as a hobbyist, and I quickly grew into this passion that is my full-time work now.
That's wonderful. It seems like it probably takes a bit of patience and a bit of time to create just one of your pieces, I would imagine.
It's super, super labor intensive.
Yeah.
And the work, I mean, this piece is repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes meditative. And I don't even usually listen to music, or I prefer I get in the zone, I'm very focused, and I'm just working,
Right.
creating.
That is absolutely wonderful. I think we could all use a little piece. Do you have a favorite design, just really quickly, that you'd like to share with us?
So, oh my gosh, it's so hard. All right. This triple hex earring, one of my favorites. So 3 hexagons, super, super light, and it's just fun.
And what is the green stone in the middle there?
So that's Swarovski crystal.
Okay.
And can I sneak one more in?
One more, yeah. Yeah. And don't forget, I'll say it again at the end. You may get to see some more if you ask a question at the end.
This is my girl power bracelet.
Oh, wow.
So it's woven from glass beads, and they've got kind of a matte, shiny matte texture, and I have a border of my favorite bronze on the edges.
Oh my
Lots
goodness.
of other goodies to share with you. Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, thanks. I'm so glad that you showed that. Thank you very much, Amy. So again, stick around and you can ask some more questions at the end. But right now we're gonna skip over to Kathleen Tesnakis, who is also one of the Art Party Central founders. Kathleen.
Hi, everybody. So nice to see you all here tonight. If you've never met me before, I'm obviously Kathleen Tesnakis, and my specialty is recycling. I actually, my studio is dedicated to recycling old cashmere sweaters and transforming them into new pieces. I do everything from, fingerless mittens that you can see in the back. I'll go ahead and try one on for you here. These are felted cashmere, and you notice they're a little unique. They have a hidden pocket inside so they can keep you enclosed and really warm, but you can also use your fingers. So when you need to button up, or you're outside by the fire so you can see your friends, you can actually do everything that you need to do, whether it's hold the cocktail, zip the coat, unzip the coat, take care of the kids. They're really, really warm and very functional. So, and also antimicrobial and wick away dirt. But how I get to these pieces is first by deconstructing these old sweaters, and I create fabric. I'm just going to show you kind of the diversity of the fabric and the things that come in the room. I only have small pieces to work with since I'm a recycling designer. So all of my work is created like paintings. They're collaged together with different elements. I felt things to make our hats and mittens extra soft and supple. And the fun thing about recycling is I never get bored with all of the choices. Things come into my life and I find ways of creating pieces that will have another adventure. Sometimes they get passed down in families. These hats that you see of ours in the world, they will always be different, but you will be able to identify them as the Ekologic tribe. Just gonna show you this. This is the beehive design. I'm going to show you one that is actually going to look a little better. I'm a little pasty in that white. This is more my colors here. But these are great for men, women. I do things in neutral colors also. Like if you just need a classic black hat, this new beret style is a really, really great piece. So you can find all of these on my website. But one of the things that I talk about is like how the ideas of zero waste and sustainability run through everything that I do in the studio. And blending all of these pieces, I like giving people practical items that allow them to talk about these values to other people and carry that ideas of environmentalism and conservation and compassion for the world and the earth with them every day. And they fit in a pocket. So that's a really nice thing. You can wear something that's been recycled. So a lot of people these days are saying, I only buy used clothing. Well, this is used clothing that's been transformed. So you can actually have a brand new item that it still maintains those values that you're trying to achieve. I did want to show you that, as I mentioned, that black hat, I do classics. These are all different pieces everywhere that you see these colors. These are why I call them like my paintings. That's the classic Trixie sweater. Sometimes I have really fun elements that I get to put into things like this butterfly that has these beautiful little stripes down here. So it's really fun to see how the collection evolves. I'm going to show you some of the garments that I do. This is the Jackson sweater here. That Jackson sweater has some great detail on the front, and that is where I have collaged my scrap waste to make that really modernist effect on that zip sweater. Next to it is the classic Trixie in the pink, so very different from the first one. And you can see on the mannequins, there have skirts with them. Those skirts are actually made out of the waistbands of the old sweaters. So everything here is reimagined again. I do also have a neck scarf on this mannequin here, which is a great way just to keep your heat in. It's incredibly warm. It's one of those good stocking stuffers. And then a blue butterfly. Do you have questions for me, Sam?
I do have some questions. You've been doing this long enough that I think you knew the answer to that, didn't you? So I just flipped to a different page, so I'm just going to get out my questions.
I'm going to tell you the size of the pink sweater. That one, the pink sweater is a medium, so that's good for a size 8. So
fantastic. And I also wanted to tell you that everyone seems to highly appreciate that you've pointed out that fingerless mittens are for cocktails and not for texting. And so, yeah, when you're with your friends, you should be having your cocktails and you're not texting. So
exactly.
Very well done. And everyone wants in the Ekologic tribe. So if you're happy to let them all in, they're asking for membership.
Oh, you are welcome.
So can you tell us if you have any suggestions for helping customers find the right gift, and how do you do that?
Okay, well, finding the right gift of Ekologic is really easy. There's so many options, from like these new cuffs that I have. Where did I put them? This is for like somebody that lives in Florida that still gets warm, but they need a little bit of cashmere. This is a great piece. It just, cashmere on your pulse points helps stabilize your body temperature. So people with Raynaud's, anybody that works in a cold office with computers, these can be really, really fantastic. They are not felted. Because it's for a lighter climate, since we, San Francisco, Portland, and we do send our work all over the country and the world. So they're two very different pieces. So you can find pieces like this. The other thing is, when you're looking for a hat for someone or a sweater or something, you are welcome to call me up and describe them to me. I'm going to ask you questions like, what is their hair color? What is their eye color? And then we're going to go through things that I know are going to fit them. I'm going to say, well, are they a petite person? Is this a guy? Does he have a large head, or is he hair impaired? Is it a little slick on top? Because I have hats for that. So really, each one of my hats do many different things. The beehive is known for not being too tight around the ears. The onion actually has double thickness on the ears, and it is very close, so no wind blows in. So every design has a different purpose. So feel free to call the studio, and I can do live video sessions with you to get you just the right thing.
That's such a wonderful point. And we made this point last party, but I just want to pull out a little piece of what you just said there. And that is that you are a resource to be utilized. You are a woman who has put in the 10,000 hours. You are the expert. And it is such a wonderful resource for us to pull on you and for us to draw on all the other artists, because they know their craft. And so we're here to help everyone find the right thing. We want everyone to be very, very happy with their Ekologic piece.
Exactly.
So one other question, very quickly, because we ran out of time, but I really want you to get to tell us how to care for an Ekologic piece.
Okay, I like to tell people cashmere comes from a goat on a mountaintop, so it is not as delicate as you think it is. One is antimicrobial, so it helps keep you healthy. It also has properties to wick away dirt, and you can wear them in the rain, in the snow. So don't be afraid of that. When you're wearing cashmere, you can wear it about 5 to 8 times before you wash it because of these abilities. So wash in tepid water. You can use baby shampoo. You can use wool wash. You can use Dawn dish liquid. You don't want to use heavy detergents or anything that's chemically intensive because it is hair. So wash it, do not dry it, no heat, no agitation, and your cashmere will be happy for a very long time.
Great. Thank you so much. That was wonderful, Kathleen. And that was such an incredible party. And I just want to thank all of the artists who came out tonight and told us their story, told us about their work. This can be a very personal process. And I think we all really appreciate you guys kind of putting it out there and sharing so much with us. I am going to get to the raffle drawing in just a minute, but before I do, I want to also thank all of you guys, all of our customers, all of our guests for coming out tonight. You are why we do this. And we often hear this from the artists as they're presenting, how much we miss that feedback from our customer. And, you know, Kathleen called it the Ekologic tribe. I think we all do feel that way, that we miss our people. We miss our artist people. We miss our art appreciating people. So we miss all of you guys. And so we're so grateful that you're able to come out here and support the artists. And there are other ways as well that we just wanted to point out. If you do want to help artists out, one thing that you can do is just follow them on social media. Tell your friends about events like this tonight. Tell your friends about the next art party. We do have art parties Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays now until the holidays. So we have lots of different opportunities for you to come. Each night is different. We have different artists. We have a different group pulled together. And you're going to learn something different, even if you've seen, we know that some of you guys have seen some of these artists before, but you're hearing different stories and you're hearing different part of their work each night. And, you know, that's what we're all about. We want to party with you. We want to hang out with you. We want to chat with you. And we want to share a little bit about ourselves and our work. And we're so glad that you guys keep showing up. So go ahead and tell your friends and have them come to art parties. And certainly follow Art Party Central so that you know what's coming up each time. So I apologize. I know we all want to know who won. So I'm gonna head on back to where I have that information. So if you guys want to unmute yourselves so that you can cheer on the people who won the $50 gift certificates. And I will tell you now. So for Karla Gudeon Art and Design, the winner is, thank you, Kathleen, Susan Finkel.
Yay, Susan!
Susan!
And for Merzatta, $50 gift certificate goes to Jane Goldberg.
Yay!
Jane!
So I forgot to mention that any of you who have just won, what we need you to do in order for you to get your gift certificate, pop your email into the chat. You can send it to everyone and just pop it into the chat, or you can send it privately to admin, and that would be MPR, Megan Patrice Riley, who is our admin. So you can give her your email. That is how we will get you your gift certificate. So it's really important that you do that, okay? Okay, for Serve Kindness, a $50 gift certificate goes to Ann Bentley.
Hey, Ann.
Hey, Ann.
Alex Lozier for a $50 gift certificate, Joyce Hosford.
Yay, Joyce! Joyce!
And then Lara B, we have Holly Anderson.
Yay!
Congratulations, Holly.
Woohoo!
Amy Kanarek Designs, Sue Brenitzer 7. And finally, Ekologic, we have Sue Gluck.
Woo! Somebody's happy. I love that.
Yeah.
I could have gotten
Welcome,
it.
Sue.
Sue Gluck, where are you? Yay!
So I'm going to just tell you again, for any of the lucky winners, please, please, please give us your email so that we can get that gift certificate.
How do we do it? On the chat?
Yeah, so you do it in the chat. If you'd like to do it privately to Megan, who's our admin, you just start to type in admin and her name will pop up and you just send her your email, or you can just send your email, just put your email to everyone, however you want to do it.
Okay.
I'm sending Lara my email because I'm getting the man bag.
Okay. Robert's getting the man bag. So I have a couple more things to say, and that is just that everyone who has joined us, everyone who's RSVP'd will also get a 10% off coupon to each of the artists' websites. So all 7 of the artists who are here tonight. The code for that is 1201 Art Party. So you don't have to write it down, but if you're really eager to get your shopping on right after this party, go ahead and write that down so you can use it right away. Everyone's going to receive an email that will have a link to each of the artists' websites, as well as that coupon code. So you will be hearing from us shortly. You'll get all of that information again, so that you can go visit everybody's websites. Let me make sure there isn't something else I needed to tell you guys before we open it up. I wanted to once again just shout out to Megan Patrice Riley, the co-host tonight. You didn't see a lot of her, but she was making the whole party run smoothly by spotlighting people, by muting people that maybe accidentally came unmuted, that kind of thing. So that's how we're able to do an art party in such a seamless manner, because Megan was here tonight. So thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you for letting me be here.
And a founding member.
Yes.
Yes, and a founding member. And so we have 2 more art parties this week. On Thursday, our artists will be Swan&Stone Millinery. That's me. The Wearable Garden, Daryl Store's Artworks, Natural Sir Organic Jewelry, Nature versus Future, Monique Rancourt Jewelry, and Rebellion Bags. So that's Thursday. And then Saturday, we have Megan Patrice Riley. She won't be quiet then. Koshfelt. Nope. Sherwood Forest Design, Stonecrop Beadworks, Bebop and Wally, Botley Studio, and Karla Gudeon Art and Design, in case you didn't get enough. So all of those artists are up on the website. So if you go to artpartycentral.org, all of your questions are answered there. Who's at the next party? How do I look at their website? You can get little sneak peeks and see who everybody is before you even come on to the party. Or you can leave it all a mystery and just show up and learn. So now, if you guys want to unmute yourselves and you have questions for the artist, maybe there's a piece that you really wanted to see and there wasn't time for that, please feel free to either drop a question in the chat or ask us now.
I saw in the chat that this is for Heather Ayers. She was asking to see the Moon Lovers Trilogy earring, which was part of my Season of the Witch collection. And it's a moonstone earring, but what's super fun about it is that you can style it in 3 ways. So you get this little post top, and you have the option to just wear it as a post earring. It also comes with an earring back that has chain fringe attached to it. So you also can style it with the fringe if you want to dress it up a little bit. So that's kind of fun. And the third style I'm actually sold out of right now, but I can totally make more. But it's essentially this little moon shape on a chain. So it just would dangle from the moonstone. Trying to get it in the lighting. It just would dangle from the moonstone like this. So you can see pictures of what this looks like on my website. So Heather, there you go.
That's awesome. Now, Alex, I don't remember if you answered this or I just don't remember right now. But if I'm actually thinking of a gift for my son, the 17-year-old who has the ball python, who would absolutely love everything you've shown us so far. Would you do like a FaceTime appointment with me or something like that? Or
yes, of course.
Okay.
And this
He's
is
like super tall and very long, and I'd love to kind of talk to you about, the same stuff that Kathleen was saying. I trust your expertise.
Yeah, so this is my contact information. It's also available on my website. But yeah, you know, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I'm very available if you need.
Right.
I'd love to help you shop and, you know, either create something custom for yourself or pick out the perfect gift. So I'm here to help and be of service.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Sure.
To Lara. Is she there?
I'm here.
Hi. I wanted to know the zippers on the outside of that one bag that had the 3 zippers, one back, one forth, one in the middle. Could you tell me what the depth and width of you know, of those spots are? Because I want to know if what I put in there would fit in that.
The depth of the pockets.
The outer pockets.
Okay. So the back pocket depth is 6.5 inches.
What is it? 6.5?
6.5 inches.
Okay.
The front pocket depth is 5.5 inches.
Okay.
And then the inner pocket, I believe, is a little deeper. So that one is 6 inches.
6 inches. Okay. And is the strap adjustable?
Yes.
Or no?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah.
And what colors does it come in?
It comes in navy. This is the navy. It also comes in chocolate or black. And I can show you if you want.
Thanks. I love it.
Okay. Let me know if you want to see the other colors.
Okay. Where's your studio?
I'm located right now in Brookline, but I have a studio in Rhode Island as well. So
Where? Rhode Island?
Warren, Rhode Island.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So many good people in Warren. So many makers.
Yeah.
That's a great example of what can happen in the personal appointments is just like that time to be like, can you show it to me with their phone in the pocket? Can you show it to me crossbody? Can you show it to me brown? Can you show it to me with a pin? And you really like you'll really
black is black. It can't be different.
The black, it is black.
Yeah.
There was actually a great question for Danielle in the chat from Marianne. She had asked, how do you set the objects like the mushrooms?
Right.
Set the objects, like
the morel mushroom.
Set stones in them?
Or they set, I think she's thinking they're set almost like they're handled like gemstones and they're set.
Oh,
but that's not what's actually happening. You're doing these cross sections and using them as aesthetic elements.
Right. Marianne, is that what your question is? Is it about?
Yeah. Can you hear me? I actually wanted to know how you physically use the mushroom to create the pattern. That intrigued me. So I was just curious as to how it went from mushroom to pattern.
Totally. I don't have an example of the exact mushroom, so I need to use a different pattern. So let's talk about the sweet gum. So this piece has these spiky balls in it. And so maybe this is a more solid mushroom that you find. By carving out those small beak forms, I can find a new way to understand this same form by getting it to something like this. With the mushroom case, morel is kind of cracky and small bits of them. And so I take those bits and then cover them with plaster, put it in a really hot oven, and then burn away this organic material that leaves a cavity inside the plaster that's exactly that shape. And then when you pour molten metal into the cavity, just like a dentist would make a gold tooth, exactly the same. If I were gonna make a tooth, I'd make it the same way. Then I've now got a new positive metal thing that's the same exact-ish, a little bit of shrinkage shape as that mushroom. So the mushroom cuff is made out of lots of little pieces of mushroom castings all combined. So they're fabricated just like another jeweler might use wire or sheet and put the pieces together to build a form. I'm just starting by building some different shapes and then using those shapes to build the new pattern. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
I come from a
Better than
long line
craft
of
show
dentists.
sometimes because I would never have known that, and that just blows me away. I'm just like, how the hell?
Jewelry is like a process.
Amazing.
Thank
And
you.
my grandpa was a dentist who made jewelry out of the gold he filled teeth with. So it's
There are a lot of dentists who end up jewelers, and you can have a jewelry as a hobby. You can't go the other way.
Yeah.
Speaking of jewelry, can we see some more of yours?
I mean, sure.
There
So
was definitely questions about, can you just show us more jewelry?
So that question about I commented on like a small thing or a lot of those same things. So this is one of my most popular stud earrings, but 100 of them gathered together to make this necklace.
Oh.
And this is also kind of related to the concept of wearing multiple chains, except this is all built as one thing.
I haven't seen that one yet. That's good.
That
Like
same
chainmail.
element is this isn't the most popular stud earring, but this is a little tiny earring. So that's another type of thing that might go with that. That same texture could be explored in so many different ways. So these bangles are made by taking little pieces of pine cones and putting one and then another and then another and then another and then another. And then once we've got a new build, I might take a mold of that so that I'm not starting from that same original pine cone each time. So many of the pieces of our collection are like 6 or 7 generations in from the original casting. So we're taking organic burnouts to begin and then molds of our metalwork over and over again until we end up with like huge derivatives of, of stuff. So this is a necklace Karla Gudeon likes, and she's got great taste and we're all in love with her, right? So that might be a fun one to show you.
You're going to torture me now. Oh,
yeah.
no, that's the one I have. That's not torturing me.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the one that you like.
That's the one I
help-
wear all the time.
Yeah, and
I
so
wear
that's
that.
an example.
It's shocking I'm not wearing it because I wear it all the time.
Looks like that in the body, so it's a little bit edgy. And it's made from that. But you're tired of seeing organic things. That's what you're trying to say.
No, what I'm saying is there is the giant one that I am coveting.
Oh, you are? Let me show you.
Yeah,
Wait,
I know.
can we also the earrings you're wearing?
This
Mica ear. I want to see the mica earrings again.
is my dream necklace.
Okay,
which
so this
that's
one?
the show. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So this
I
is
want a bra made of that, like 2 of those. Sorry, I'm
see
weird.
Very tropical.
I don't want to bore anybody, but
I would wear that both long, but I would put that right by my neck and wear it like a third boob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
short.
it can come with 2 chains, which is like a cocktail length or a dinner party length. It's great.
So now you know what I dream about at night, Danielle.
Danielle, if I get Karla a mushroom necklace, will she get high?
No, it doesn't work.
Oh, stop.
It's never been my jam. This is for Megan Patrice Riley.
I love these. Yeah, I love
These are
it.
the Megan chandelier earrings, and these are the more accessible in terms of like lightweight and easy to wear. Same material,
Gorgeous.
but this is just exciting.
Well, I love the construction of that and the feel of that. But I think the accessible ones have a lot going on too.
They're actually one of my favorite earrings.
Yeah, they look great on you. They look good
Do
in
you
your
have
hair.
this earring? I think so.
Yeah, I love those.
In your hair, they look very good.
Mine are similar. I can actually show you if you want.
Show us, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Show and tell time.
That's what I like about the after party.
Are we not? Who are we looking
I
at?
think this is
Yeah.
actually
We
good
look-
together.
Oh, she's
Sorry.
back.
Oh, she went to get them.
Okay. Two. Yes.
Oh.
Ooh, the top of those are so cool.
I'm not doing the world's best job here, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's
the top is
gorgeous.
really cool.
Top is really cute, Danielle. That looks great.
That's
Sue, what is that necklace you're wearing?
So I believe this is a one-of-a-kind piece, but I have no objection to copying because I work for Microsoft, and as I explained to Danielle, we sell many, many copies of the same software over and over. So I'm all good with it. This is emerald,
Oh,
and these
Those are
are
actually Trapeachy emerald at the bottom,
yeah.
and a huge emerald cabochon at the top, and it's an 18 karat build. Oh, you're an ultra peachy emerald tonight. Wow.
Yeah.
mm.
And this is neat
Hexagon.
because I'm obsessed with stacking. So it's two of them. These came together and were made for each other. But this is Danielle. I always get the names of this is a peony stem, actually, and I have a number of them in different materials like silver and stuff too, to just create a nice little stack.
Looks gorgeous.
But I'm sorry, I have to show you my favorite bracelet, which is kind of what started my love affair with Danielle and her husband and their jewelry. I mean, not.
Oh, Chris.
Don't worry, we totally develop girl crushes all the time.
All the time.
It's actually called Art Fair Wives.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think when we first met, I spent the last 5 hours of the art fair in Danielle's booth and doing that thing where you're like, oh, I love that. But here, try this earring on. Let's see how they compare, and encouraging people to buy because I just love her work and I think it's gorgeous. But I think this might be my favorite piece of all, or it's my favorite piece today, which is why I wore it.
So detailed.
Yeah, love that.
Megan.
Love that. And of course you could have it in silver. And I have these really beautiful same material silver earrings that are like my favorite, especially in the summertime, because they're a bright silver. But yeah, I'm a super fan.
That's awesome.
It all looks great on you.
Thank you.
Thank you for modeling.
Well, I'm practically every day wearing, it's beyond pajamas. I would wear it to work actually too with a nice sweater. But like now I feel going to work, this is part of going to work, like wearing jewelry and feeling like a person.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love that.
By the way, I'm wearing pajamas right now below my shirt. So
well, honestly, like the pants I wear to work and I wear the same t-shirt in different colors with a sweater, and I could take a nap anywhere, anytime, because my clothing all feels like pajamas.
Love
it all should. Like
that's the way to live.
Fancy party. Right. In this case, maybe not.
Seriously, goals achieved.
That's right.
Elegant, though. I don't know. I'm the same way. I love that.
But I like to kind of dress like a gallery wall and then display the jewelry.
Yeah.
There you
go. Perfect.
Did anybody have any other questions?
I want to see more earrings from Alex Lozier. Okay. Sorry, it's just for me, but can we quickly, Alex, can you just try one earring on?
You're muted, Lovey.
Right? You have that thing of earrings there. I'm like, what? I want to see that.
It's my Vanna White earring board.
Yes, I love it.
That like a Nautilus up there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that the Nautilus up there?
Yeah, so these are called ammonites. They're a fossilized shell from Morocco. So there's two different shapes. So they have these little hollow formed metal shapes on top. So there's a hexagon shaped. They're really lightweight because the stone's really thin, and also this element is hollow. And there's also a triangle shape, so it's the same kind of idea. I see you, Heather, in the chat asking for pendants, so I will get to you. Let me do the earrings first. But these are kind of one of my signature earrings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are those two? Those are nice.
Yeah, this is like an earring that like everyone like knows me by. I've been like noticed or recognized by this earring. People always remember me when I'm wearing these. But yeah, just so you can see, the ammonites are really nice because the spiral shape really complements the shape of an ear, which is also
beautiful
spiral shape. And then, you know, these little metal elements, they sort of like mimic the idea of a post earring, like the way that they sit on the ear. So that's kind of fun. And they're all slightly different colors in the stones. So some have more of a dark color. This one's more of a neutral tone. And then what other earrings? These are fun. I like wearing these. I call these my chain link shoulder dusters.
I love your chains.
I like doing this hand forged chain. It's really meditative to make, but also it has a very elegant but strong feeling, like, because
Oh,
it
I
looks
love
a
handmade.
little bit industrial. So I actually like to layer this with like a crystal pendant. So that's kind of my more like everyday look. But I like the feeling of this. And I like to think of like when I'm making a chain or I'm wearing a chain, that in my personal life, I'm kind of like strengthening whatever my weakest link is. So that's kind of like my intention behind wearing it or making it. So I always try to think about things in like a metaphorical, deeper meaning way of making and wearing. And then Heather was asking about the Jasper piece. So I have a few. I'm not sure which one you were talking about, but there's this one. So these were all from a series that I made where I got these Jasper slabs, and I was playing around with this idea of having, and you can see the light kind of comes through this one, having these straight edges paired with the natural edge kind of playing off of each other. But then I also did a few pieces where I played with this idea of having different elements on chains coming out of the stones themselves. So the stone itself is kind of its own setting. So this is a poppy jasper with green garnet, and this is a little tusk shell from Hawaii with some chain fringe. So it's kind of fun. It has some movement. This one's actually my favorite. So this one,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, I really like how this stone, it kind of looks like snakeskin a little bit. It has the black tourmaline, which is very grounding and protective. Black tourmaline actually can also help to protect you against the negative effects of EMFs, which we all can use in this Wi-Fi cell phone age. And then these are all sapphire beads, and they have like a really great range of color. And then this little dangler here, this is a pre-night stone. So I just love that piece.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, how you set that black tourmaline right there on that corner?
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, it feels like it's like missing something. It like needs something there. And then this was the last Jasper one of that series that you were asking about.
That's nice too.
Yeah, so I really tried to kind of like cut the stone in this sort of like unusual way where it really kind of like honored the natural edges of the stone, and then having this kind of like playful dangler situation going on. So yeah, kind of fun, kind of unusual.
Brilliant.
And Heather, yes, they should all be on my website, but again, if you need help shopping, you can contact me.
And we put the website in the chat as well for everybody, but I'll put it in there again.
Yeah, but also remember you'll be getting your email with everyone's website as well. So,
okay, perfect.
Thanks,
yeah,
Sammy.
write it down now if you want to. You know, I can understand the desire to go straight to people's websites, so that's a good thing. But you will also get an email, so we'll make
Already
sure
sent it.
Jillian.
Oh, amazing.
Thanks,
Like, Jillian, can I see that orange a little closer? That orange color, it's so vibrant.
I wanted to see the emerald green.
This is the color on our website is called Sunrise. I love it. It's like we have two different oranges. We have Sunrise and we have orange. And the Sunrise is really, some people think it's like neon. It's really hard to get this color.
Yeah.
Melissa calls it Caltrans orange. But I call it Sunrise orange. It's really
Giving tang feelings in a good way.
yeah, and that one up top is Sunrise too.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, and it's an opaque color, so you don't get a lot of variation in color in the inside. This is, it's really hard to see, but
That's the emerald green. Yeah.
yeah, the emerald is pretty dark green, but it really is a deep emerald. You get a lot more variation sometimes in the bowl itself.
It's a brighter green I want to see also. It's like an apple
Yeah,
green.
so then we have, like, this is our
There's that
leaf.
big bowl right there.
Is
This
that
is
color
leaf green.
Nope, it's brighter. I think it's behind it.
It's behind in the big bowl with the
Yeah.
purple and the orange stacking.
Oh,
on your
that's the celadon.
celadon.
So that is, like, this is one of my special ones. This is one of my special children. This has a really cool.
I love that, and it's still not the color I'm talking about.
No?
It's
So there's a lemon on the table.
No, it's on the bottom
There's a lemon
table.
on the table. The bowl is next to it.
No, keep going closer to you. Right? No, closer to you.
Next to your body.
Next to your body on the left, right
This
there.
one.
No,
Nope.
Left.
It's a big bowl. It is a big
Further left.
bowl. It's
no
the
more
giant-
left. It's a big green bowl with
right
by the lemon.
It's
It's
the
touching the
farthest one
lemon.
left.
It's touching the lemon.
Yeah.
That's the color.
Yes, that's the leaf green.
I love that.
As a gorgeous
It's like a
green.
spring green.
It's like a statement piece. It's like I have nothing
They are.
else in my house, but I feel like that would just give such a great pop of a really like bringing the outside in.
Well, you know, we have people that like to display them just like on a low coffee table or whatever, or a side table. I have them, and you know, I love color, and as you can tell in my pink shirt, but so anytime I can see color or beauty in my sphere of where I work or whatever, I'm a happy person.
I love it. It's my heart is in that.
But I will tell you, it was a long process of really, you know, finding the colors that work in this particular form. So it not everything comes out looking this good. As we all know, right?
Seriously, well,
sometimes the ones that come out, you're like, that was not the color I wanted. And because when you blow glass, everything is, you know, 2000 degrees. It's all flaming red. So you never really see what it comes out to be like until you go to the annealer the next day and pull it out. So.
Are you guys gonna do more of the? I love the blues that like the two blue bowls that are like the light blue with the dark. Are you planning on doing more of those or more of the clears with the stripe?
Well, these, people really like these. We did these in a number of different color combinations. And like I tried to do a darker blue and a yellow because I thought that would really come out great. And do you know the Boston Bruins?
Yeah.
It came out looking like that, and that was not my intent. So we are doing more of these. We have a request for the actually this combination, like with the purple and the orange. But we're waiting till the new year to do it because things are a little backed up. And we want to do more of these. We want to get these in front of people and see what they really think about them, because I really like them, but it's always fun to see, what people listed. I know when we came out with this particular design, you won't, people don't make this kind of design in hand blow glass. It's pretty unusual.
Yeah, the shape is definitely unique.
Yeah, and it's something
rounded,
we really wanted to do. It's kind of one of the beautiful things about doing design without being an expert in the actual hand-blown glass skill is, as a designer, you can imagine things without the challenge of feeling like you're hampered by what you already know is feasible.
That's somebody else's problem.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. I mean, my previous career, I was in product development and technology, so the creative process is, it can be really, your inspiration can come from a lot of different places. And then you got to figure out how you want to create it and what materials you want to use and all that kind of stuff. So when we would set out to do this particular design in hand-blown glass, it was, you know, not something you see regularly in hand-blown glass, but we love it for its simplicity. It's modern, but it would really go in kind of any kind of home. You know, it really would complement any kind of home decor or kitchen. You know.
Did anybody have additional questions for anybody?
Yeah, what's for dinner?